Soundland 2 Episode 78. The round-robin tournament continued. Both the Sun Moon team and Tang Sek chose to leave the hotel. In their room, Hua Yuhao told Wang Dong'er that Xiao Hongchen's strength should have improved. He had carefully observed his blood essence and soul power fluctuations, and his judgment shouldn't be wrong. Wang Dong'er was stunned and found it hard to believe, as Xiao Hongchen was only 20 years old. Hua Yuhao reminded her that Mingda Hall had plenty of money, and using precious medicines to forcibly boost a 20-year-old soul power wasn't impossible. He was now somewhat worried about the Shrek team. They represented Shrek's glory, and if they encountered the Sun Moon team, it would definitely be a fierce battle. However, this wasn't something they could control. Hua Yuhao, posing as a young master of the Holy Spirit cult, participated in the Black Market's Soul Island Elite competition at night, betting to earn spiritual power and exchange it for rare metals. During the day, he watched the Soul Fighting Tournament. After 2 days of round-robin matches, the second round was about to begin. Tang Sect was up against Mingyu Sect. Mingyu Sect, originating from Mingdu of the Sun Moon Empire, held a high reputation. They were very mysterious and powerful, and their journey in the competition had been smooth sailing. Their captain was equally mysterious, wearing a veil and never having appeared on the field. The spectator area was packed. Tang Sect was the first to battle. Hua Yuhao arranged for Wang Dong'er, Xiao Xiao, and Jiang Nannan to be first, second, and third on stage, focusing on female fighters. Everyone laughed. It was clear they weren't taking Mingyu Sect seriously. Wang Dong'er floated onto the competition platform. His handsome appearance drew cheers and applause. From Mingyu Sect came a 1.6-meter-tall, golden-haired young man named Yu Qin, a 5-ring Soul King and agility attack-type Soul Master. Yu Qin used his speed advantage to constantly harass Wang Dong'er. His martial soul was similar to Nana's ghost martial soul, but it was a wraith, which he used to enhance his speed and destructive power. After a fierce exchange, Wang Dong'er's right hand flashed with black light, and a hammer appeared. A dark halo rose from beneath his feet. This was the first time Wang Dong'er had used the clear sky hammer in the tournament. With this pure strength, the vigorous martial soul sent Yu Qin flying, and without releasing a soul skill, he defeated his opponent. Hua Yuhao and Zhang Zhan were shocked to see the clear sky hammer. Hua Yuhao was surprised that he didn't even know Wang Dong'er had already attached a soul ring to his second martial soul, and it was a 10,000-year black soul ring. After Zhang Zhan announced Tang Sec's victory in the first match, he looked at Wang Dong'er with a bit more respect and asked in a low voice if he was from the Clear Sky clan. Wang Dong'er glanced at him and scoffed, asking if people from the Sun Moon Empire knew about the Clear Sky clan too. Sensing Wang Dong'er's hostility, Zhang Zhan said helplessly that he had once known an elder of Wang Dong'er's and wanted to chat with him after the match. Hearing this, Wang Dong'er's expression softened. Mingyu Sec's second contestant entered the stage. It was a pale young man with no color in his skin, tall and slender, but he gave off a sickly impression. Wang Dong'er learned his name was Ade. Ade instantly released his flying martial soul, a vampire bat. On the main platform, the mysterious national teacher sitting beside Su Tian'an suddenly exclaimed. Su Tian'an looked at his reaction with some confusion. The national teacher explained that Ade's body had been affected by the vampire bat martial soul and had mutated, and if he could be nurtured, he would definitely be a good seedling. The national teacher then called to someone named Xiaofeng, instructing them to bring the Mingyu Sect disciple to see him after the match. Behind him stood a voluptuous woman completely enveloped in a fiery red robe. The red-robed woman responded and dissipated like smoke. The fight had already begun on stage. The bright goddess butterfly and the vampire bat clashed in the air. In terms of strength, Ade wasn't Wang Dong'er's match. However, he also had his own unique abilities. One move, Fear, caused Wang Dong'er's brain to become dizzy. Then, a blood-sucking soul skill, Heavenly Luo Blood Net, caused Wang Dong'er to bleed profusely. Absorbing Wang Dong'er's blood essence, Ade felt instantly invigorated. But the next moment, the blood essence within his body went out of control. Ade immediately sensed something was wrong and tried to use his strongest fifth soul skill to decide the outcome. Wang Donger's fifth soul ring also lit up. Something unexpected happened. Ade let out a shrill scream, shouting, "What's in your blood?" Amidst his terrified shriek, countless golden rays burst forth from within his body. Zhengzhan cried out and tried to rescue Ade, but it was too late. In a terrifying explosion, the dazzling golden light lasted for 4 or 5 seconds before subsiding. Ade had been reduced to ashes in the golden light. Seeing Ade disappear, the Mingyu sect captain abruptly stood up, releasing a powerful aura. Wang Donger was stunned in the air. He also didn't understand why Ade had suddenly exploded. The golden light that caused Ade's explosion didn't disappear, but instead transformed into golden light surrounding Wang Donger. After surging into his body, it gradually restored the color to his pale face. Everyone was stunned. No one knew what was going on. The mysterious national teacher muttered to himself, "What's in his blood?" Then, as if he understood something, he explained to Su Tian and that Wang Donger's blood was very peculiar, too invigorating. It contained a power that even Ade couldn't absorb, which was why Ade suffered backlash after absorbing it and exploded. The national teacher was visibly agitated, openly expressing his desire to capture Wang Donger for research. Zhengzhan's face turned ashen, but he helplessly announced the end of the match. After the Tang sect match ended, the Soul Island barrier also disappeared. A figure dashed onto the stage. A slender, pale arm reached forward, 5 sharp, long fingernails extended, clawing down towards Wang Donger's head. Having learned from the previous incident, Wang Donger used Ghost Shadow Perplexing Track to dodge. Referee Zhengzhan quickly restrained the shadowy figure and angrily shouted that Mingyu sect had violated the rules by sneak attacking their opponent. He declared the match a forfeit and threw the Mingyu sect captain off the stage. However, she jumped back onto the platform. A hoarse, somewhat magnetic female voice declared, "He killed my brother." Zhengzhan was taken aback, realizing that the Mingyu sect captain was a woman and Ade was her brother. He explained that Ade's death was an accident, and if she wanted to challenge Wang Donger, it should be a team battle. The Mingyu sect captain coldly repeated, "He killed my brother." Then, as if nothing had happened, she returned to her seat. Tang sect won 3 matches in a row against Mingyu sect. In the 4th match, Wang Donger forfeited and let Xiao Xiao take the stage. Since becoming a support-type battle soul master, this was Xiao Xiao's first opportunity to showcase her strength. Her beautiful eyes were filled with confidence. Her opponent, Qin Yueyuan, wielded a large saber and was a 5-ring Soul King, assault-type battle soul master. The match began, and Xiao Xiao released her 3 alive soul calming cauldron. Holding the enormous cauldron, she repeatedly smashed it towards her opponent. Huo Yuhao was stunned that the gentle Xiao Xiao had such a domineering fighting style. Qin Yuan tried to counterattack, but even with all his strength, he couldn't break through her defense. A feeling of helplessness washed over him. The cauldron felt like an insurmountable mountain. Even with all his might, he couldn't do anything about it. Xiao Xiao seized the opportunity when Qin Yuan exhausted himself. She threw the cauldron, sending her opponent flying and coughing up blood. Finally, Qin Yuan admitted defeat. In the 5th match, Xiao Xiao faced 6-ring Soul Emperor Xuebing. After a fierce battle, Xiao Xiao realized she couldn't easily defeat the Soul Emperor. Finally, she used all her strength to unleash a series of cauldron skills: Cauldron Zenith, Cauldron True Zenith, Cauldron Majesty, and Cauldron Peak. Empowered by her soul skills, the 3 cauldrons became incredibly powerful. Even Shui Bing, who used his martial soul avatar, was struck by Xiao Xiao's 3 cauldrons and coughed up blood. He was clearly injured. After this attack, Xiao Xiao made a face at him and shouted, "I forfeit." She then jumped off the stage. Shui Bing's face darkened. He won, but it was a humiliating victory. Huo Yuhao's voice rang out, telling the referee that Tang sect forfeited the individual elimination round and would proceed directly to the team battle against Mingyu sect. Zhengzhan nodded and stated that Tang sect had 4 points and Mingyu sect had 7. Both teams had 1 minute to prepare for the team battle. Soon, Both teams entered the stage. Tang sect had 7 members, Mingyu sect had 6. Ade's self-explosion after absorbing Wang Dong'er's blood had caused Mingyu sect to lose a member. The two sides faced each other. The atmosphere was tense. The Mingyu sect captain stared intently at Wang Dong'er. After exchanging names, the Tang sect members finally learned the female captain's name, Kaiying. The match began. Both teams charged forward. Tang sect quickly overwhelmed several opponents. Hikadu's Class 7 soul tool, the Eye of Terror, put immense pressure on the other team. From 100 meters above ground, its attack range reached 300 meters. Its terror rays could cause decomposition, including piercing, melting, burning, and corrosion. Hikaito instantly eliminated one opponent. Kaiying, the Mingyu sect captain, recognized Hua Yuhao in the wheelchair as the true strategist. She thought that if she took out Hua Yuhao, Tang sect's coordination would fall apart. To win the team battle, she had to eliminate Tang sect's brain. It was a good plan, but difficult to execute. As Kaiying transformed into lightning and charged towards Hua Yuhao, she was either blocked by Su Sanqi's shield or attacked by Xiao Xuenu. She even found herself surrounded by Tang sect members. In the next instant, dark golden wings sprouted from Kaiying's back. She flew straight towards the airborne Class 7 soul tool, the Eye of Terror. This was her only way out, and she believed it was the best opportunity to destroy it. Strangely, as Kaiying ascended, Tang sect didn't try to stop her. Suddenly, Su Sanqi smiled faintly. Xiao Xuenu appeared behind him, extending a small hand. Kaiying reached the Eye of Terror and was about to extend her claws to destroy it when a strange sensation washed over her. The surrounding space distorted violently. It was the effect of the mysterious nether swap. Almost instantly, Kaiying took Su Sanqi's place. Xiao Xuenu's small hand was ready, quietly placed on Kaiying's back. The great ice immense palm exploded forth. Everything happened too fast. Even Zheng Zhan didn't react. The thought, "We won," echoed in the minds of all the Tang sect members. As the explosion erupted, a purple-gold beam shot out from Hua Yuhao's eyes. The six-ring Soul Emperor, Shui Bing, cried out in the distance. Already weakened from the previous round, he was hit by the spiritual shock. The attack forced him to deactivate his martial soul avatar, Xiao Xiao and Jiang Nan, and seized the opportunity to subdue him. This entire sequence unfolded under Hua Yuhao's command. Just as Hua Yuhao thought this match was settled, an unexpected change occurred. Please give us a like and subscribe, fellow Taoists. Let's continue our chat in the next episode.